In this picture here, we have the devil and a human being depicting a man or a woman. And the person is smiling, though it looks as if they're clown or mentally ill or something. When you hook up with the devil and the devil is frowning, his frown's supposed to supplant you or anything else and make you frown like himself. But, this is a good caricature. And it looks as if he's in fire, the devil. And I don't know how the human isn't also in fire and burning. Now, um, many people have formed alliances with the devil for a variety of reasons in voodoo, Indian kind of voodoo over there, African voodoo, all in voodoo, and they seem to say they have benefits. Now, in India, there's the Mother Lashmi culture in which the Diwali thing and so on, and people both from the Caribbean of Indian descent and others who have ascribed to that sort of Mother Lashmi thing that, oh, they're so rich, they have a lot of money, their money don't finish and just go low. But, I mean, the whole India accepts that, but then so many people in India that is poor, the majority of folks are poor, so how then they could sell that to the West over here that this is something to do to get rich? And India is not, abundantly rich. And you see, this discourse, you have to have experience in it. You have to have heard this several times before you might practically grow up in it, see it, certain aspects for yourself to get it. Because in this little presentation, I can't really cover all the bases. And there's some things that sound illogical and don't connect and all that, but that's cool. I don't understand it as much as I'm trying to talk about it because I've never been a part of it. And even those who are part, they don't understand what they're into and they go 9 yards. So it's not something I can research. I'm just going to talk what I would understand is the opposite to what the Bible teaches and what I've seen as an individual growing up. We have people who try these Indian religions and they would stand up with us and a stone would come out of the sky and just hit them in the chest. And when everybody's trying to duck and run out, they say, man, don't go nowhere. This was for me. In other words, he's trying to get benefits and he's not keeping up the devotion. Others have gotten things and then they slack up on the devotion and whatever they got, sometimes it's just catch fire. And when the fire people come in, nothing was burning. But they said, when we were coming, we saw the smoke. So it's not that we think that you're crazy, but they understand that they weren't these Indian little voodoo over there. Same thing in Haiti and Africa. And after this earthquake in Haiti, still nothing is done. And I predicted it. 100 years ago, they still wouldn't recover from that earthquake. I understand things are in the war, but you have to pay money to get it in and so on. People want to be bribed, etc. And the country is, in serious problems. When you look at other places, there's such a malaise and such nothing happening simply because of the evil. Now, in the West here, we don't have a lot of experience in it because, like in America, I don't think people understand a lot of these things. They've never lived next to a psychic, play with the psychic's children, and watch the psychics. It's still a bigger country, and people have a lot of things to do. On the computer, they have this job, the fighting, and so forth. So they don't have a chance to see it. I remember growing up, and this guy, mom, she was psychic. People would come from far to talk to her to learn of her wisdom. And I knew that she had no wisdom because we would ask her a question, and she's supposed to know everything, okay? Where's your husband? Oh, he's working overtime. And this time he's close by us at the lady next door. And my parents and others from the window seeing the actions going on. I couldn't see it. My parents used to avoid me. Don't let me see the guys out in the yard, tiptoeing and seeing stuff. I'm downstairs doing other things. My parents don't let me get into that. Another time, she wanted to know her son isn't going to school, and she wants to know who in the community could help him to want to go to school. And somebody told her, me, I go to school, and she couldn't see that. She couldn't see that I'm, the one that's going to school. So many different things, but people have come to gain a wisdom, and look, when you're old, you've seen and heard so many things that somebody started, and you can finish the story for them, and that's how it works. Plus, if they're very good and close to Satan, he tells them things and so on. But he of himself can't control the events of life, and he also can't predict things since he can't control it. Now, if he could through like the astrology, then you're submitted to his rule, and he's going to create things for you, and then it's going to end up just as he's saying. But if you're out there and God is a part of the equation, he can't really predict or deny you nothing. And so, this guy is kind of like he's a loony and he's smiling with that face, but the devil doesn't like nobody because after he envied Christ in heaven and he was thrown out on earth and lost his privilege and so forth, as Barry Manilow's song says, he was alive forever. And he wrote the very first song. He put the words and the music together. He is music and he writes the songs that make the young girls cry. He writes the songs of love and special things and so on. He had an exalted position and he's so upset. Um, and he hates Christ, but he can't get to Christ. And you know what? We were created, humans were created on this earth to replace him in heaven. And he was so mad and he was so furious. In fact, um, before this world was created, perhaps, he hated Christ and God's government so much that he was going to the other unfallen worlds and trying to persuade them to join in his rebellion. And although they weren't sure, they still hold fast a little to the faith in God. What he discovered is that the first family, like the Adam and Eve of the various other worlds, they hold the key to that civilization. So that if he could overthrow them, then the whole civilization is his, as he did with Adam and Eve. And he found himself up in heaven to the various meetings up there, and God asked him about Job, and the whole story, he persecuted Job and so forth. But then after he crucified Christ, he couldn't go back again to heaven. So no more councils. As a matter of fact, we failed, and God went ahead and created a new world, another world, and they have succeeded, and they have the complement of angels equal to Lucifer's team that became devils and are on earth persecuting us. And so, although he overthrew Adam and Eve, he still hates us. And he's brought on murder, he's brought on all the various evils we have out here. Rapes and disease and so all wars and beheadings and the whole 9 yards, all these evil things, he brought it on us. And there's no way he's gonna. What he's doing, he has a right to keep doing various things. I remember in Canada, this lady told me that her son is a Satanist, and you don't want to meet a much wonderful. There isn't a more wonderful person than him. And I won't doubt it that he's a wonderful and nice and special person. But that's his job. His job is to be nice and pleasant and sweet and recommend you to the evil, to that satanic thing. And other people have different roles: push the drugs, use the drugs, be a prostitute, shoot up the place, rob the bank. All the various evils. Different people have different roles, and so I can't say because he's happy that that's something I need to get involved in because I know Satan. It's like that, and so forth. And some other people from India that are being leading advocates for this stuff they have over there. They're looking and smiling and happy because over there they do not change. That is all they know, and they can stick with that. But we in the West here, when we try it and we get what we want, or whatever success we need, and so forth, we want to turn our back on it and walk away. And he takes care of folks real quick, suicide, real overdose. A variety of ways he's taking us out. So my little position here is that this is a sort of farce. He's angry at us and at God, and there's no way you're going to be happy forever with him because happiness is not only getting your own way in life, but deep down you feel good about the whole thing that you're doing and you have confidence that if you die everything's going to be good. That's not the case with those folks. So even though they're smiling, they still got some kind of subconscious kind of concerns and fears. And so this picture it's nice. I like it because it's such a hypocritical picture. There's no way you're gonna be happy when you would see them.